I'm Dave Rutherford with Jay Hill. Jay and I talking about issues of common sense politics in this country and in this province, Jay. This is an issue that's maybe a little bit old news, but I think that's part of the conversation we're going to have about Maxime Bernier. Maxime Bernier, a Quebec-based conservative, member of the Conservative Party of Canada, who couldn't take it anymore. He lost the leadership to Andrew Scheer, and ever since then, Maxime Bernier has not been a happy camper inside the Conservative Party. And so he left in a bit of a fanfare, a little bit of drama, just as the Conservative Party was having its convention in Halifax. All about timing in politics, Jay. But we're going to talk about this, I think, because is there an impact of what Maxime Bernier did? Will it affect the Conservative Party?
Well, interestingly enough, in a previous program, we talked about Derek Fildebrandt, who the similarities are very close as to what he was doing against Jason Kenney in Alberta versus what Max has ultimately done to Andrew Scheer and the National Party. I guess my first reaction to any of these types of things is it's unfortunate. I mean, as a conservative, I always felt that it was best if we could keep everybody on the same team, everybody pulling together. So it's unfortunate. But as you say, I think Max has made it abundantly clear over the last number of months in some of the things he spoke out about and some of the things he's been cross-wired with his caucus colleagues. He's made it abundantly clear that he really didn't believe that he lost the leadership race, and he was going down this road, unfortunately, of the Max Bernier party.
He's been sort of pouting ever since, I guess simmering away, and just lately shot out a couple of missiles, one about immigration, another, of course, about supply management, which will be and is a big deal in the NAFTA talks right now with the U.S.
It is, yeah.
So part of my impression is I think Max Bernier is a libertarian. You mentioned Derek Fildebrandt, also libertarian. Danielle Smith, former leader of the Wild Rose Party, also a libertarian sort of person. And I sense that those people support personal liberty, as we all do.
Right.
But they tend not to be party players.
Exactly. Team players.
They're not team players. They're not consensus builders. They're usually kind of rogue lone wolf types, and I don't care if you follow what I follow. This is what I believe in. It. Mavericks.
Yeah.
But mavericks don't work in parties. Every time they come together, there's a problem.
Well, part of the problem, as I've identified in previous interviews with the media, is that, and this is coming from the experience I've had as a party whip.
Right.
And trying to work together and convince colleagues to be team players, as we're discussing right now, is that, whenever this happens, there's individuals that believe that their view is more important than the collective. And the problem is that the media then promotes them as a rebel. And then invariably they will say, well, if this party can't govern themselves, how can they hope to govern the country? So that's the damage that it does on a political scale.
Okay, but is that more distraction for people who follow politics in this country? And we hope more and more do. But I mean, is it a distraction, that kind of thing that Maxime Bernier did? Or is it going to have any sort of fatal incision in the Conservative Party? No, I don't think it will.
No, and I agree. I don't think it will. I think it will be a distraction at a time when all conservatives, all ranks, all memberships, all people that even intend to vote conservative need to be laser focused on the real problem, which is getting rid of Justin Trudeau and this inept and incompetent government that we have.
Well, our goal is to talk about these conservative issues, common sense issues, with people right across the country. With that goal, we need a conservative government back in Alberta. We agree on that. And a conservative government back in Ottawa.
Well, and if you look at the victory recently of Doug Ford, I would argue we need a conservative government in every province across the land.
Don't be so greedy, Jay. Come on.
Well, that's
the
way we're going to turn this country around.
Well, listen, everybody, thanks for being with us. Jay and I will talk about these issues a lot, and you can join us by subscribing. Hit the subscribe button. That's going to help us all out. We'll see you again next time.
All right, sounds good.